Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's our time for another episode of IO. Let's continue the story, and yeah, apparently the Moon's Age is literally that, the Moon's Age. So yeah, apparently like a new moon is like during, I forgot now, 14 to 16 age of moon, I think? And overall the whole process is like 28 to 30 days, I think. So yeah, that's like at the escape button when we saw the Moon's Age, that's literally the Moon's Age. So I was wrong if that was the character's age. And also what you pointed out, which is actually something I didn't thought about, is that... Oh, shit. Limit? Okay. This thing, when we have scene message completion, and there was like 50% of choices I did last time, right? You see, like it's down again. So that means that I can check with this if I made all the choices. So some choice I did in the road, basically, or like in the sequence, I didn't accomplish because like you know, it just didn't appear because it could be like other choice. So since we had only one choice, basically, like telling that the girl fell, if I would pick the other pick that I didn't tell that, I probably would have another choice later in the same sequence of events. That's what I get from this. But yeah, it's like, god damn it, I forgot I cannot click escape. Ah, sorry, my bad. Anyway, let's continue. Oh yeah, math, god damn it. Oh no. I is imaginary unit. I symbol for imaginary members. Squared equals -1. The way to say it is that -1 is the square root. Fuck that, I will not never remember this. I term used to empathize the speaker, myself. Okay. A being that possesses self-consciousness and holds an identity. Huh. That's an interesting way to put it. AI, of course. Program that can come to its own judgment based on what's happening around it, or machine equipped with the program. Okay, sure. If you display real number on the one-dimensional a-axis that goes from left to right with the 0 in the center, then imaginary numbers would be displayed with vertical y-axis. Whatever you say.
あらゆる実数を乗ずることが可能で、それはこの y 軸を形成する。この i の倍数である y 軸上の大きさのない数字を虚数というわけだ。
I really hope that this thing is not going to be a thing. See, just as I thought. Next we'll talk about the complex plane that displays complex numbers, which is what you get when you add a real number with the imaginary one.
例えばこの第一象限にある 3i プラス3のような数字、これを複素数。
Let me out of this hell, please. I don't want this. Natural numbers, integers, rational numbers, and now imaginary numbers. Humans think up and more unnecessary formulas for concepts they will never calculate in their daily lives. But humans still aren't able to do even the simplest calculations. Okay, 1 second. I still haven't decided on like options entirely, but I think that's exactly the best. I can just edit it out later.
このように括弧でくくって互いにかけてやることによって簡単に計算できるようになる。例えばこの例題では
You can't solve math easy. I even gave up on the like Muramasa math part. Yes, Muramasa contains math. If you never played Muramasa, go play it blind. You will see what's the final boss. Like ultimate boss of the boss. Error divided by 0 can't perform equation. Why it showed up like this? That's weird. Oh, that was because that was on the computer screen, okay. No matter how amazing the computers were made by the Silicon Valley are, they can't do this equation. Will humans someday be able to solve what happens when you divide by 0? But you cannot divide by 0. Oh no. No, this is going way deep. I can't solve this. Perhaps because of my nightmare, I'm extremely clear-headed, but my languid body can barely sit up to my desk. And today class material is way too easy. Do I exist just to listen to things like this? I forgot about my coffee. 1 second, I need to cut. Okay, I'm back. So that was the reason why I couldn't focus. Now it makes sense. Now my brain power is like 1000%. Let's go. Welcome to the Netshop Cybergeek. We have a new recommended product for you today. It's a crossword puzzle. Okay, I can do this. Under pressure from certain major powers, almost all Japanese schools now have computers that can connect to the net. Particularly our school, where all the desks have been converted to the electric form. Thank you for your purchase. You now have 1024 points left. Please enjoy your net life. Interesting that this is exactly the number 1024. Huh. Interesting. And this is the number. I press the purchase button without even thinking about it. It automatically withdraws money from my registered ID. Like many of the students here, I'm not exactly hard pressed for cash. So you buy internet, basically. So you buy like electric impulse or something. Or what? You buy like 1 gigabyte of internet? Like 1 megabyte or 1 terabyte? That I don't know how much processing power they have. But I would say like maybe 1 gigabyte. So, which is like nothing nowadays, basically. So maybe it's like 1 terabyte. I mean, it's 1024, so it's one of the two probably. Restart ID. Short for identity, a number used to differentiate you from other must belong to a group, organization. Citizens are assigned ID cards with shown ID. Okay. Equally elderly, handicapped, given preferential treatment. Okay, so this is normal. Accessibility facilities. Okay. I just like try to skim through this and comment when I find something that like catch my eye, basically. If I miss something, you can remind me in the comments what I missed, like some information that maybe I didn't read or something. ID card mentions it's a mini computer the size of the card. Okay, interesting. It's basic functions to be used to in lieu of identification papers, preferred papers. So even ID card is a computer. Can be recorded the same as the citizen card. Same company employees who can use it as the employee ID card. Okay. What's more, the ID card can be used as a credit card, a cash or debit. Wow, they can use it for a lot of stuff. With the wealth it could be called the person's second self. Interesting statement. Shift that emits electromagnetic waves when it's lost. Emits electromagnetic waves when it's lost. Oh, it have like GPS function basically. As authorities and its owner recover as soon as possible. Got its fingerprints reader. Jesus, that's so advanced. Okay, their ID cards are fucking insane. Money, yay, currency, bills, yep, okay. Electronic, physical becomes increasingly strange, scarce. Market because by accident, personal information can be traced. Okay. Trusted, yeah. I mean traced. Black market, yeah. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Cash for black market and everything else is like with normal cards. Okay. The cards are insane. Actually. This is scary, like I said, like everything like depending on the net like this. Cool, but scary. According to the school official stance, class computers can't connect to shops and adult sites, But tools to remove those kind of protection are common, that you can find them anywhere. Okay. A new window begins to unfold above the mathematics complex plane graph. I close the installation and start Windows. When I do, a different kind of graphic composed X and Y axis appears. They still have Windows. Nice. Windows exists even there. It's not going anywhere. What fills the window are boxes. Boxes not unlike those on a Go board that you fill out by grabbing keywords from the horizontal clues and the vertical clues. This is way more formidable than the imaginary numbers. Okay. 11 letters, a method used to find inclinations for pointing on the curved graphs. Okay, these are still math questions. This one's a piece of cake. I type differential. Fuck that. 7 letters. The phenomenon where the quality of energy decreases. Oh, entropy. Well, maybe I'm bad actually at this. Actually, no, these are actually all like math/physics terms. I don't like that. I'm not good at this. That's the surname of the scholar all works based on the theory of relativity. Name hits me. And I use my fingers to count the number of letters in his name. Yep, it's 7 letters. I enter Lawrence. Sure. 13 letters. Synonym for the gravitational radius of the black hole. That's long, but it also considerably shortens the number of possibilities. The 7th letter is Z, so it's obviously Schwarz. Something in German. Sorry, I'm bad at German words. I can't pronounce them. There's so many of these in this era. Schwarzschild? Maybe? Good, it's going faster and faster. Next is 13 letters. Franz Kafka, most famous work. Of course, that's... Wait, who the heck is Kafka? You don't know Kafka? I mean, I know his name. I mean, surname, but I don't know what the fuck he did. Okay.
何すんだ。
それはこっちのセリフでしょ。
Someone said in the comments like this is like IO version of Setsuna from White Album. How true is that statement? What do you think? She's my natural enemy in class. Not the overly preachy teachers, not the walls of my knowledge. And Lord Karma cows my childhood friends to be placed in the seat next to me. Well, that's called plot twist.
あんた何やってんのよ。
I think it loses focus when I take out my... Huh.
何言った。見ればわかるだろ。クロスワードパズルだけど。
Yeah. Also, you said that Hinata would look like Ren if he had blue hair, actually. Ren from this era.
またなの？今って何の時間か。
時間割では月曜の3件は数1ということになってる。
Math and I. Jesus. Sure. Also, seems like Hinata is very smart. Actually, like you have no problem with this math thing. Like in my eyes, like basically anyone who can do math is smart.
で、もう一度聞くけど、ひなたは何やってるの？
クロスワード。
は
ぁ。Sakuya sighs very deeply and looks at me with a pitiful
あ。
eyes.
と天才は紙一重って本当だったのね。
褒めてくれてありがとう。
誰が褒めたのよ、誰が。ほんと、ばっかじゃないの？
だから、それと紙一重なんだろ。
I wonder if I can make this quicker. Also, keywords. Up. What does the up means? I don't want to click this because... Oh, biological clock is actually something we already read, so we can check this probably. No? Wait. I'm wondering like why... Oh, wait. I didn't read this actually? Is up meaning like there's like some new info maybe or something? I'm not sure why it showed up. 25-hour cycle, maybe we didn't read this actually. It didn't show up in the game. Don't worry, I will not read this whole Wikipedia when it's not necessary. I just already clicked that, so I'll just check this. Clock column landing includes 13 hours later. Okay. Access budget clock by 1 hour. That's with up to the Earth solar day. Okay, 24 solar day to lunar day. Okay. In the moon cycle. The 4.8 hours. Oh. Okay, anyway. This paper in difference between that and a genius. Okay.
じゃあお聞きしますけど、その天才さんがなんでこんな普通のクラスにいるんですか？
めんどくさい。
Wow.
なんですって？
それに目立ちたくない。
十分浮いてるっつうの。
So say you could just skip a class, okay. Yet again, Sakuya's starting to criticize me like she's my sister-in-law. The only self-defense strategy I have against her is... this is the half-heartedly play along with her. If I just ignore her, the situation will keep getting worse and worse instead.
君は授業を真面目に受けなよ。そのうち先生に当てられて困っても知らないからね。
別に。その場で適当に答えればいいんだろ。
I understand the logic behind what she's saying, but it's not like I'm obscuring their lessons, so most teachers usually disregard me.
もう。
それより、カフカの代表作ってなんだっけ？
はあ？
クロスワードだよ。誰かわからなくてさ。
こんな。
Sakuya froze and she trembles in rage as she holds aloft her hand. Like, we have a lot like asking about this Kafka guy, so this is going to be important, I think.
川原か。ちょうどよかった。この
Wow.
を解いてみなさい。
Wow, she got called out. Instead of Hinata, this is ridiculous. Yeah, geez, she's so helpless. Sakuya breaks out in a cold sweat as an upset expression crosses her face, which seems to be telling me this is your fault, so do something about
川
this.
原さん。授業を聞いていませんで。
いや、そんなことは。
Wow. Also, can you hear the keyboard? Do I? Yeah, this one's making keyboard louder. I will do the background noises like on the same level as voices, I think. Voices are loud as hell anyway.
だったら答えられるでしょ。
On the bottom of my heart, I feel that Sakuya getting her just Sakuya is getting her just desserts. But this teacher persistence is kinda pissing me off at the same time. No? Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Keep your secrets. Genius. Exactly that. That's the answer. He's right.
お、
See? I told you. That was the correct answer.
彼女の危機にヒーロー登場ってやつですか？
I knew that.
憎いね。
そこまで書く？さすがひなた。やることにそつがないね。
葵くん。
今日の授業範囲はあと3ページあります。残り時間から考えて、先へ進んだ方がいいのではないでしょうか。中間試験も近いことですし。
あ、
Okay.
そうだな。
The math teacher perplexedly checks the time.
おお。
すごい。ついていけない。
Okay.
じゃあみんな、この要領で次の例題を解いてい
He's
こ
really
う。
smart.
できたものは、LAN 経由でファイルを送るように。
VLAN. Okay. They can like they have LAN connected. It's cool. Oh, who finished like here in class? Okay, I thought like somehow they can do this work at home and send this via LAN. Okay, that's why I was confused. Never mind. He meant like now if someone finished that. Okay. The second he says this, I sent my file full of the answers to the so-called practice problems, which I had finished before I started the crossword puzzle. Now I can peacefully focus on the important things, such as I quickly look to the side and see Sakuya sitting there with the apologetic look and her right hand on her chest. It probably means sorry, thanks. I tilt my head to the side to silently tell her, see, I've got it covered. Once I saw this question, I had solved it in seconds. I don't need to prepare for any lectures or go to any study sessions. Anyway, there's something more important I have to do right now. Okay, searching. What do you search for? Contemplation. Okay. Yes, this is it. I'm suddenly taken aback as I realize the answer has not been registered as correct. What's the answer then? Just what could it be? Oh, you still think about the Kafka guy.
なんかさ、超やばくね?
This guy looks weird as fuck. Holy shit. Let me actually check the Kafka guy, you know? I'm very curious about this because I know his name, but I don't remember what the fuck he did. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, so just like I had in my like thought process, basically he was a writer, but I didn't know like what the hell did he write. So yeah, he was a writer and like he did some stuff I've never heard about, I think. So, and like he had themes of like existential anxiety, some absurdity, alienation, stuff like this. These were the themes of his like novels and stuff. Okay. I literally have no idea what he wrote. He's actually quite famous. Probably that's why I heard about him. Anyway. Yoshida.
何が
And Inagaki.
いや、ほら、昨日の月食です。
あ
Oh, but another eclipse again.
うちのテレビの配線、ショートしちゃって、ぼや騒ぎ。なのに、消防車来てくれなくてさ。
Your TV caught fire because of the lunar eclipse. What?
大変やったな。俺あの時間帯ちょうどバビロンに潜ってたんやけど、放り出されるわ、データはお釈迦やわ。ほんま泣きそうやったわ。
So it's some kind of game, huh? Derived from the Academy Babylon God's Gate. Yeah, okay. Babel. Yep, okay, that's what we know. Full of luxury and corruption. Okay, I didn't know that actually. MMORPG. Okay. Another reality where reality doesn't exist. Where players assume the roles of heroes. Yeah, we know what's the MMORPG is. Okay. Babylon setting splitting image of the reality. Interesting. Babylon setting a splitting image of reality. In the world where cybernetics are like all over the place, you make a game which looks exactly like reality. That's dangerous. You may live, like all of you may live in Matrix at this point, and you don't even know. But humans are not like, doesn't have like cybernetics in their heads in general, from what I gathered so far, so it's not like they can live in like them, well, basically, at this point. Another thing, Hinata, which I had my theories, right, before, maybe like if he actually have some cybernetics in his brain and like someone is messing up with his like perception, Maybe they can trap him in the MMO? It's world of full of thrill, suspense, pleasure, and corruption because of other criminals, there's his exodus of police, residents are allowed to carry guns and sword and protection. Oh wow. Okay. So the extremely realistic and violent game has garnered criticism for the media because the look of distinction between reality and the game could only promote crime. Okay. So we are not in the game because we can't carry guns or swords for our protection and it's not brutal. So we're not in the game, actually. Never mind then. But maybe at some point it's going to be a team, who knows. And it's of course only made users enthusiastic about the game, the point was only grotesquely cult-like. Only critic went so far to say Babylon is like a waking dream. Its messengers Anunnaki. So real? Reality, existence, yep, okay, and virtual. Virtuous existence resulting from pretense imagination, okay. This is normal stuff. Shadow. From ancient Egypt up to modern times, shadow is said to be object soul. Oh, that's some nice trivia. I didn't know that people thought that. Therefore, vampires who are dead have no shadow because they have no soul and have no reflection in the mirror. That's why! Oh, I never knew that. I thought like, you know, like vampires, yeah, like this is just like their thing. They have like no shadow, no mirror. But this is interesting. I didn't know that. Like it's an object of soul and stuff. Like it's been like believed like this. This is nice. Okay, cool. In psychology, vulgar or brutal urges that one is unaware of. It's always trying to keep restrained below the surface. Okay, this is also cool explanation. But it's impossible to have broken through. Actions with the shadow can be linked to a state of being possessed by an evil spirit. Okay. One visual self on the net, all the shadows' names are their owner's handles. The parameters is also possible for them to perform actions beyond their player abilities, also known as avatars. Interesting. We are not cooking with this yet, but like short story, like we can like so they basically mean that shadow is the one controlling the body, right? To perform actions beyond player abilities. So it's like third person perspective. Okay, I will not cook with this yet. Comes from the verb to operate, to control a car or motorcycle, more likely to steer. Identify yourself on the net. Oh, handle. Alias, okay. That's by people who want to hide their age and gender. Well, sorry. So this is the Babylon thing, and there's the Anunnaki. Sumerian word that originally means the gods of heaven and earth. Wait, wasn't the Anunnaki in the Symphogear? I think that was a Dean there as well. Any of you watched Symphogear? I don't know in the comments if you know the series. The most anime. Like, this is just like pure anime essence. It was supposed to have like one season only, and it turned out to have 5. They probably had a lot of budget after the first one. And it's anime only, basically. You don't have the story in manga or novel. This is like pure, just like anime idea. But there is like Babylon, fights with gods and stuff like this, and like a lot of stuff. John Tam, not for the gods and goddess somewhere in Babylon, yeah. Group of codes, hackers that created MMORPG. Oh, the hackers made the MMORPG. The Babylon. This is even worse. When I said I was being hacked. The most skilled among them are known as the Great Triad. Okay. They have to express in technology particularly complicated. Hackers white hats. Good job pushing the limits of the technology. Therefore, labs are supposed to be in the net security systems. but no interest in actually destroying the systems itself. Okay, so they're like nowadays hackers, I think. I mean, the good hackers, you know? Like, not the criminals. Yeah, adventures to the computer world. Hacker ideology promotes the free sharing of information by expanding the public domain to encompass all intellectual property from businesses that profit by exploiting intellectual property, laws, risks. They're like anonymous. For this reason, I think so. Maybe. For this reason, the distinction between hackers and crackers had been lost to many. Ah, right. Hackers really hate being placed in the same category as crackers. The difference between the two of them are myriad. Hackers follow unspoken moral code that they will never use their skill for malicious purpose and will only use them for honorable purpose and noble goal. Okay. A true hacker never believes that they're doing is malicious. They pursue the truth and possibly technologies that can offer. Unfortunately, it can be said for that true hackers are long gone. Okay. Crackers, black hats. Okay. Opposite. Okay, so crackers are bad, hackers are good in general. Hackers may call themselves wizards. White magic clashing against black magic. Okay. Wizard. Should the man, white person or sage later become magician or net reverse the genius hacker? I remember some of you told me like in the comments that you remember like there was one part when you had like 14 or 16, I think, the Wikipedia pages. I think that's this. Net wizards freely use demons. This is Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk also had demons. Like the game. Greek word that originally meant divine spirit and fate. Judaism, Christianity, yeah, okay. Evil spirit in a song that refers to the application operating on the server. Okay. Literally Cyberpunk. A standalone program that operates in the background, normally asleep, within certain variables appear on the walls and activates at the same time certain conditions are met. Okay. Slang, colloquialism, jargon. Slang time for message lines already. A troll. Yeah, there's a lot of trolls nowadays too. Okay. Some cool information. I'll probably not remember a lot of it, but I think I will remember like the more important stuff. Like hackers, the white hats, the white magic wizards, and the crackers, the black magic wizards. I think that's important. And also the Babylon, the... What was that? The Anunnaki. And yeah, the MMORPG. Yeah, there was some stuff that I will remember. But I will probably forget some too.
Babylon? あれ知らへんの今一番流行ってるネット RPG もうクールで最高へえあれこそもう一つの人生って感じ
Okay.
それより最初の人生をしっかりやろうぜ
うわテスト範囲かってそういうリアルなこと思い出さすなよ
Imagine if this MMO... If this MMO is like the reality, right? I'm going to cook a little bit here. Like, imagine if this is so real that if you play this, you can play actually Babylon within the game. And inside of that Babylon in the game, you can play another Babylon. And this is like never-ending tunnel because this is so real that you can play Babylon in the simulation within the simulation while being in the simulation. Sounds ridiculous, but who the fuck knows? Test review, don't remember that real life stuff. I've already had too many nightmares about being chased by dragons. Okay.
それはゲームのやりすぎ間違いない
I can't stand listening to this.
獅子座の今日の運勢は何末吉いつもの仲間とはちょっとすれ違いそう細かなフォローが幸運への鍵となるでしょう
Also
カラーはグリーン水には気をつけてだって
Fine that you said green is lucky color. Like your name is literally Midori. Anyway. What I wanted to say, like, even if like you can play like Babylon within Babylon within Babylon, stuff like this, it still would mean that it looks like exactly like the reality, at least what they say, right? Then, like, let's say for now, right? I don't think that's the case, at least not yet. Maybe in some future or something. Like, if we are like from perspective of like in-game character, right? Let's say, like we are inside the Babylon. That means that technology in like real life is the same as we see here. So I don't think that's possible to trap us basically in the game or something. I don't think they have that advanced thing going on. Unless it's only for Hinata and he have like some kind of like brain issues basically after the accident, like I theorized and stuff. Because other people does not have cybernetics in their heads and stuff. So unless you put like some virtual helmet, then I think you are good. But anyway, like some random thoughts. So yeah, so put it short, I don't think we are like within simulation or within the game, at least not yet. Maybe that's going to be relevant later. I will keep that in mind, just in case. Because this was in the Wikipedia and it seems like they have a big deal about this game in general. So, who knows? Maybe something is going to be with this. We're going to play it at some point. Oh, wait! Another thing, like... Actually, no, I said that we are not in the game, but I will contradict myself if I say this. What if the girl that we missed was a glitch in the game? The one that disappeared. It was not like visual perspective from Hinata, but like glitch in the game. Anyway, I'm thinking too much, like... I don't think that's the case, like, most likely, like, my first theory and idea for what's happening is that, like I said in the beginning, we had some operation on the brain and maybe he had implanted some cybernetics and people are, like, messing up with him for some reason. Anyway, yeah, that's, like, my first idea and I will still stay with this for now. But the idea of, like, game still is out there, but I don't think that's the case, at least not yet.
そういえば昨日の事件は世界の終焉への幕開けなんだって。何それ？街頭でそう演説してた人がいた。
Of course, the apocalypse prophets, of course.
だからみどり、そういう妙なものばっかはまんないでよね。でもなんでも神の降臨による天変地異なんだってよ。
Of course.
もう
They're everywhere.
だったらその神はどこにいるっていう？ネット。
Yeah.
だからコンピューターネットワークに神が降臨したんだって。
Sure. The one that they call demon?
あ、そう。
The server thing?
なんだか釣れない返事だわね。ごめん。私オカルトとかそういうの興味ないから。
This is funny, like, the occult is actually referenced the same as the net. It's usually not the case.
あ、そうそう。他にも UFO から来た緑色の宇宙人がね、人類に警告を。
Okay, that's some bullshit. I could believe the previous statements about some kind of god in the net. Because, like, literally the main server is a god of the net. If you think about this, like, the main server and the main, like, application, AI, or, like, whatever is, like, making this whole net possible is literally the god of the net. Like, you piss it off, you are screwed. This is pointless.
でもさ、あれってテロらしいよ。サイバーテロ。
Yeah, we know that. Ruled by fear, World War II, yeah, okay. Chaos Wars, okay.
ああ、そういえば最近なんかそういう事件多いな。
それで、これは信頼できるソースからの情報なんだけどさ。
Oh, sorry, you had like... Oh, no. God damn it, this is a different screen. Ah, I thought you had mouse on the screen, but it was just mouse on my other screen. Never mind. Reliable source. What reliable source? At best, it's probably from the post of forum written by anonymous poster. People just take others' irresponsible opinions for their own. As the information society grows, it's becoming more and more difficult to determine what exactly constitutes as the truth out of all data that's leaking out. No, it might not have anything to do with whether it's the truth or not. It's what people regard as the most convenient or enjoyable explanation to them.
犯人はとんでもないハッカーらしいぜ。なんせ一流企業の社屋のセキュリティを突破して爆弾を仕掛けられるやつだからな。
Hackers are the good guys, but it was in the Wikipedia that they're mistaken for the bad guys nowadays. So it probably was not hacker.
そういや去年この学校
Probably cracker.
がハッカーに盗まれたって事件あったけど、ひょっとしたら犯人ってここの生徒やったんじゃん。
まさか。っていうか犯人はお前
Of course.
へえ、俺かって知らんかった。
I'm getting a headache. It's getting more and more intense. I quickly leave my seat. I can't listen to such a ridiculous conversation between two guys who can't tell the difference between hacker and cracker. Yeah, see? I just said about this. I just said. Ha! At that moment, get a phone call. My cell phone chirps that I've received email. But from whom might it be? For some reason, I have really bad feelings about this. Okay, why? Like, who would send you something? Its title is to Onichan. Oh. Your long dead sibling? I still think they're dead. Sorry. I still haven't seen them. The body of the email is short. Are you there? I am here. Why it gives me Umineko vibes? Are you going to ask who am I? And below that is the unfamiliar URL. Is this some kind of spam? Who's the sender? Yeah, okay. Infinite number of Windows computers came strong, malicious. Hackers have been slang for helpless person who had Udem spammer. Okay. There's no sender name, but I can see several letters in the email address column. Okay. Interesting. Also, Onichan not necessarily means it's a sibling, by the way. Like literally anyone can you call that like a tease or call you a big brother and stuff. M. Muts? Huh. M-U-T-S. Mutes? Muts? U? Okay. UKI? What do you mean? Wait. Muts. Wait. Mutski? My fingers reflexively delete that email. Although it might be a coincidence, the address name that spammer used has made me even more pissed off than usual. I close my eyes. I close my mind. I do so in an attempt to not think about anything.
何がありえないって？
Oh? Very interesting reaction. So, some PTSD name. Mutski.
おいおい、ほんと顔色悪いぞ。
So, did he have a sister and she died or something? I mean, the title was literally Onichan, right? To Onichan, and the name felt like it's a girl's name, right? Like the Mutski. So weird. Look really pale, yeah. Don't answer her, I can't answer. The confusion in my mind grows bigger and the pain becomes unbearable.
保健室
I don't really want to go, but I don't want to attend my Italian classes in my current condition.
そうする。
一人で行ける？一緒についてこうか？
Oh? My headache suddenly grows worse. I won't say I'm not your son and you're not my mother, but remembering what happened this morning, I just barely managed to avoid saying it.
ほら、もう
Huh.
いや、
Sudden...
ほら、ちゃんと歩けるし。
What causing these? Like headaches?
そう？
I keep a firm grip on my mind. I begin to walking, quite treading with extremely careful, firm
ひ
steps.
なた
Her voice sounds pleading. I mustn't turn around. I will let Sakuya know that I can take care of my own body, that I don't need her to watch over me like an overprotective mother in the future.
失礼します。
I mean, you can get help from your friends, like... Okay. Sky and wind. There's no one in this room filled with the sharp scent of ethanol. I like this tiny robot here. It's so cool. I want that. When I survey my surroundings, the combot on the desk of the response turning its sensors to stare at me. Oh. Robot normally puts in the entrance of people's homes that manages their voice messages and email. Oh. Okay, so there's also like phone secretary. The round robots are generally small enough to be carried around with both hands. And are considered cute. Nickname Combot. Yeah, I agree.
先生はただいま外出中ですということでとっとと出直すか助手のアントゥにご伝言をどうぞ
Isn't the same voice that was in the announcement before at home? Isn't the announcer voice?
どうしても急用だったりする人は仕方ないから下記の番号までコールしてねやよい
Yayoi. Okay. Huh.
どこから声出してるんだか。
Well, is that the same voice? Even though this should have been an escape from Sakuya, it feels like I've been caught in another trap. Rather than easing my headache, this is just making it even worse. It's rude for her to just selfishly take a break. As I think this, I try to take one... I try to take one of the beds, but... Under headache, okay. Chugging stench of medicine is only making me feel worse. So you... can't stand hospitals, it seems as well. Once again! Dead family? Like trauma with hospitals? No good. I'm completely helpless in this place. I decide to leave for somewhere else. Hanging gardens on the roof truly are embodiment of the path of wind. The weather's good today, because it's lunch break. Students are sitting carefully all around the roof, using whatever spot they please. They're eating on the lawn, chatting on the benches, and playing soccer and volleyball at the plaza. At the back is a clover garden, where you will occasionally see girls searching for leafed clovers. I look for the shade of the tree, where I can be as far away from this noisy group as possible. A place where I don't have to talk to anyone, where I can be all alone and bury myself in my own solitary world. Okay, there's the sky on as well. There's the sun, feel loneliness. Wow, he's like going full philosophical here. Holy shit. Just enjoy your time on the rooftop. What about when the sun and the moon meet? The question with no answer just unconsciously flow into my brain. Nevertheless, I felt much better out there than I did inside. I felt a little wave of relief pass through me. Why sudden change of perspective? I think we fall asleep on the rooftop and we have a dream about moon again, just like we had in the morning. What is going on with the moon? It's a beautiful night with a full moon right in front of me, an elegant garden filled with beautiful flowers that stretched out as far as the eye can see. I see the figure of the lone girl there. Oh. The gentle moonlight rains from the sky as if it's blessing the girl. Not that's exactly what it's doing. Okay, so I'm 100% sure that we fall asleep and this is a dream that we are dreaming. I'm 100% sure. Like, why we would suddenly change perspective like this? This is some kind of dream. Like before, like we saw like something from some perspective, from someone else's perspective, maybe even. The girl is being blessed by all sorts of things, completely different from me. She creates what she wills, accept everything as they are, and also, yeah, like it seems like we are, like he dreams, like he's like, okay, if I can say like if these dreams are actually dreams or they are connected to reality somehow, but in essence, it's like when he's dreaming, he sees some kind of scene from perspective of someone else. Like his consciousness like invades like, you know, someone, and he cannot control this body. He just see and feels like this body. So that's why perspective that's written here is like I see the figure and stuff, but at the same time he knows who this girl is, for example, because this body knows this, but Hinata himself doesn't know. Probably something like that. Like, anyway, let's just see like how they will explain these dreams in the future, I guess, because so far like this is like the whole mess of like red web Umineko reference of theories. Actually should be of truths, because red web, but anyway. I'm holding a doll. Okay, it's a doll modeled after the rabbit. It's her doll. Okay. Rabbit was, yeah, like Alice in the Wonderland. There was something important about rabbits, I think. Where was it? Elixir of Immortality, yeah. Cancel the corruption of underworld, the full moon, okay. Shield magic house, motion to turn into white rabbit and flew. Hermes, okay. I know that. When I look up, I see the crescent moon. That's crimson-like blood. So 26th day is the crescent moon, and the free day. Okay. Bovine to the blessed by the moon. Okay, never knew that. Followers of the moon. In the Orient used to crave blades, scimitars. Yeah, okay. In the planets Venus, Mercury also appear to wax and wane. Venus brightest, magnitude of -4. The same as Venus, but upward crescent applies top. Okay. It's an astrological thing. Is it smiling at her? Wow. Is it sneering at me? I grasp the doll. The doll's head falls off. What is happening? The surrounding scenery vanishes at the same time. And the Crimson Moon is here again. Yeah, this is not reality. This is a dream. So it's not like we are invading someone in real life or anything. This is like literally we are having some kind of vision or something. But still, we are not like in control of like the person that we are seeing this through. But this feels like some kind of visions or something. Like future events, maybe even. For some reason. How would we know what will happen, though? Anyway. The garden, moon, and the girl all turns into trash and begin to dissolve in the crimson darkness. Everything vanishing, leaving only silence and the deep crimson world behind. A gloss like velvet days, my field of vision scarlet. My heart is filled with relief. Oh? A sign mutters something at the same time. So this time we don't have a headache and we are not screaming. This time the crimson moon soothes us. Like, it makes us feel good. Okay. Unexpected?
これでいいんだ。
Oh, wait, this is actually Hinata talking. Now I'm confused. That does not sound okay. Suddenly I hear the sound of ear-grating laughter. I shift my focus to the rabbit head that had fallen to the ground, which is grinning at me. Oh my god, I just got chills. Holy Jesus. No, that's wrong. Yeah. My head that's laughing is not the rabbit. The head that's laughing is not the rabbit. It's what? Why it's dotting? Why it's dotting? Why you're giving me this era treatment? I try to scream, but my voice won't come out. That head is. Emitting laughter, endless laughter. The rabbit's head has my face. The fuck is happening? And we woke up. Yeah, that was all the dream. What a fucked up dream to have. What is happening? Jesus, man. We need to go to some psychiatrist. Like, you need some treatment to, like, deal with these fucking nightmares. Does they even mean anything? Or, like, you just randomly have some, like, moon-related weird shit going on? What is happening? Like, you have too much of the PTSD of the moon. My consciousness is violently ripped from my dream. I open my eyes. Where am I? I am unable to focus my eyes, leaving everything in my field of vision blurry. My whole body is covered in the pungent sweat. My heart pounding harder than a jackhammer. Chaos regimes in my head. It hurts to breathe. Just what was I? I'm still at the hanging gardens on the rooftop, which are the same as always on the roof. So it seems I suddenly fell asleep while lying down. Yeah, that's what I assumed. And then I had a nightmare. Same as always. That's all. There's no one around. Have class already started? I may be skipping class, but I don't feel a shred of guilt. There's no real difference whether I leave or not. The once clear sky is now covered in clouds. The moon and the sun can be seen from behind the clouds. From behind the shroud. What am I doing all alone in a place like this? The girl who appeared in my dreams suddenly appears in my mind. No, stop thinking, she's long gone. Did he dream? Yeah, like 100%. Okay, he dreams. Yeah, so his dreams are connected to reality in some way or another, but it's to his past basically. So yeah, so the girl he saw probably is his sister or something. So she died during the Crimson Moon. Maybe like they were like, I don't know, doing something, I don't know, like amusement park, whatever, right? And the net just went down, everything went to shit, and she died because of the shortage of, you know, energy and the net and stuff. And they had accident and like, yeah, he like survived basically. Maybe they operated on him or something, but she didn't make it. And now he's like having like PTSD dreams about the like Crimson Moon and seeing like this girl that he knows, which at this point I assume it's his sister, his dead sister basically. She's long gone. Yeah, I think that's the case. And he like maybe tried to forget about his memories and like suppress them, and that's why like it's now when like Crimson Moon appears again, it like resurface basically within his mind, because he cannot like keep it like under sheets anymore, and he's going crazy. Something like that. I swear, she's dead. I have to forget her. I still have a headache. Those the pains died down a little. There's something wrong with me today. What with what happens this morning and now? If I'm late to class as it is, it might be the best to go home early. I thought the lone sign and stand up. Then I decided to leave the paradise turned hell known as the roof.
あれまさか
Yeah, his sister is dead. Yeah, definitely. His sister and mother, they're dead. There was some accident. I'm positive on this. When I turn around, I see.
保健室に行ったんじゃなかったの？
No?
から行く。
今からって今までどこにいたの？
屋上。
ああ、なるほど。っていうか、なんで屋上に？
いいだろ別に。
よくないよ。だから一緒に行ってあげようって言ったのに。
一緒でも同じだよ。
Okay.
弥生先生いなかったんだから。
え？さっき顔出したら保健室にいたよ。
Well, we've been asleep on the rooftop. On the roof, so she might have come back in the meantime. Yeah, like, it's not weird. In the end, no matter how much I try to ignore her, she will definitely keep meddling my affairs. That's just the kind of person Sakuya is. That's why I have no choice but to go along with her.
ちょうどよかった。
Yeah.
今から行ってくる。
信用ならないわね。
次の授業始まるよ。
まあ、
後で授業内容を教えて。
うん。
Okay.
それはいい。
Of course, there's no need for that. But because I'm so desperate to escape from the fiendish clutches of Sakuya by any means necessary, that's all I can think of saying.
僕は行くから。
しょうがないな。確かに、ひなたがノートを借りられるのは私だけだろうしね。
ほっとけよ。
ねえ、ひなたって友達作らないの？
作らない。
どうして？
つるんだり、群れたりするのが嫌いなんだ。
Okay.
でも、気の合う仲間と一緒だと違うんだよ。そうだ、ひなたって植物好きだったよね。さっきもそれで屋上行ってたんでしょ？園芸部とかに。
Wow. People similar to you. That's why you like plants. Oh, wow.
入りません。
で、
確かに僕は植物の中にいると落ち着くよ。それは彼らがぶしつけに話しかけてこないからさ。
ひなた。
When she says that, I came to realization I've hurt even Sakuya. In that
ひな
moment,
たって前はそうじゃなかったよね。
yeah. Well, the trauma shit happened.
僕は昔からこうだったさ。
そうじゃなかった。中学までは周りに友達がいっぱいいたよ。
Okay, so after the accident, you stopped having friends. So basically, your depression is too big.
忘れた。
やっぱりそれってあのことが。
Yeah. More. Give me more info. Just confirm my suspicious already. Come on, just tell me that they're both dead. My uncertain memories began to dye in the depths of my heart a dusty black color. My brain is stripped up, and my past swooped down on me in the form of a headache. It flares up and tries to materialize like a monster.
ひなた？
The one in front of me is my childhood friend. There's the hallway. The class bell has just rung.
大変よろしく。
Okay.
大変なんて無理だよ。私女なんだよ。
I ignore her and quicken my pace. Wicked, unseemingly emotions rage in my heart. I want to forget it. Why did she make me remember, which I should have forgotten? Yeah, like I said, he tries to suppress the memory, but the recent events with the Crimson Moon made them resurface. That's why he have these nightmares. So this is not like connected to reality, like it's not like future events or anything. It's just like his mind making nightmares out of his experiences. So he sees the moon, he sees his sister probably, and probably the rabbit was there as well. Like in this accident, maybe he saw like while lying on the ground, you know, like the head of the rabbit. But he heard laughter. What if it was not accident? What if it was just murder? Some psychopath just killed them, attacked them. And he heard the laugh of this guy. But the rabbit head looked like Hinata. Is Hinata blaming himself for what happened? That's why the rabbit head that looked like Hinata's head started laughing? Did he do something that caused the accident to happen? And in his dreams he thinks like he's a villain here. Huh. Oh, hi.
来たんだね。感心感心。
Why you say this is the first line? That's weird. You kinda look like Yuko from Mavlov a little bit. I mean, you have purple hair. You are smaller though, in some parts. Like, she looks cool in general. Okay. Like, I like this like quite like little like messy hair. This is cool actually. But the weird first sentence. You actually make it here. Like, what do you mean? Like, actually made it here. That's cool, Doctor. Amane Yayoi is here saying critical things as always.
どこに行ってたんですか？
Yeah.
あまあわかるだろ。燃料補給さ。
Oh, so we just went for smoke. Okay, sure.
あ、そう。燃費の悪いことで。
I like how she's like looking through like her hair here. Kinda ridiculous. I almost didn't see that.
ほっとけ。
Jeez, she's nothing like a normal doctor. What's with her coquettish makeup, earrings, manicure, vulgar language, and excessive smoking that would make a chain smoker blush? Naturally, she doesn't smoke in the infirmary, but as a result of that, she frequently abandons her posts. She's what you would call extremely negligent. She's the most unfitting person you could find for the school nurse. But that's why I don't hate her. Above all else, her relaxed attitude is one of her very good points. She doesn't look at us like we're some kind of lab rats, unlike the rest of the teachers. She accepts the students for who they are. Okay, cool. I like her. This may just be my own selfish thoughts, but I really feel like that's what she is.
あの留守中のメッセージなんとかなりません？先生とキャラが違いすぎるんですけど。
Okay.
普段の口調のまま吹き込んだら反感を買うだろ。だ
Oh, that was actually her voice. Never mind.
割と自信あったんだがな。
Okay, so that was not the same voice as the announcer. I was wrong. Unless she was the announcer, but I don't think that's the case. It just felt a little bit similar. Never mind then.
反感買う以前に気持ち悪いです。
そうなの。
あ、いや。
I really am saying way too much today. It feels like something uncontrollable is raging within me. That's why I...
ところで、ご用は何だったかな。
あ、はい。
Okay? I don't dislike these random mood swings of Yayoi sensei either.
なるほど。
I can't keep calling her Yayoi. God damn it, this is so weird. I swear, at some point I would just call her Yaoi. I would just start calling her like that because that's easier to pronounce. I see you don't have a fever, okay. Does the thermometer register my temperature? The weather starts improving again?
だから薬とかはいらないんです。
君でもう
Oh, interesting.
かな。
何がです？
相対願い。それ以外にも今日はやたら
Ooh, so this is not just us. So maybe the PTSD from the past is not as connected as I thought into this. There's more people like that. I mean, it's still within norms, I think. Like, people would like to go early, like for some bullshit reasons as a student. So not weirded out yet, but interesting that we are not the first, like, in general. Not just me. Come to think of it, I felt like there were lots of kids absent today.
その対応に追われて忙しかったから 昼にちょっと長めの休憩を取ってたんだ。
言い訳しなくてもいいですよ。
Okay.
先生はタバコを吸いに出かけたらいつもすぐには帰っては来ないじゃないですか。
学校側がこの部屋での喫煙を許してくれさえしたらな。あるいはせめて
Wow.
購買にタバコの自販機を置いてくれた。
Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of school.
ブルーマンデーといっても少し数が多す
Blue Monday.
ゆうべ月食だったからかな。
Someone can tell me in the comments what the Blue Monday is? I have no idea. I don't think I heard about this phrase before. Yayoi Sensei is quick to change the topic as always. It's probably so she can move the conversation away from the topics that stir up negative emotions, has become one of the main reasons why it's easy for me to talk to her.
コンピューターじゃありません。
そこだよそこ。むしろ月が人間の心身に影響を及ぼすのは不思議じゃない。それがなぜコンピューターネットワークにまでエラーを引き起こすのか。
Huh. Okay.
心身に影響って満月に狼男がどうのってそういう話ですか？そんなの名詞に決まってるじゃないですか。なんだか先生らしくないです。
Nah, but the gravity can make dreams. If you play the Muramasa, you know the gravity is OP. It can do anything.
おいおいひなた、迷信という言葉に騙されて真実を切り捨ててちゃ立派な科学者にはなれないぞ。だいたい君は物理は得意じゃなかったのか？
Physics is specialty. Okay.
君らしくないな。月食とは月と地球がどんな時に起きる現象だったかな？
What other phenomenon occurs all the time between Earth and the Moon? I mean gravity, right? That's what I mean.
まさか潮汐力のこと？
Okay, tidal forces, sure, that works too. It's pretty much the same. Oceans covering, yeah, like the pool of the moon, the things that, like, you know, oceans rises when, like, closer to the moon and stuff like this. Yeah, okay. Opposite sides of the planet, centrifugal forces overpower gravity, yeah, okay. That's why both sides of the planet experience high tides, occasionally the bulges, yeah, okay, we know that. Tidal effect caused by the sun gravity are known as the solar tides. Yeah, I talked about this in the first episode, I think, even. I mean, I call this like solar flare, I think, or something. But yeah, it's pretty much the same, yeah. Larger mass of the sun means exerts more gravitational force. Okay, actually it's a little bit different. But yeah, this is something that overall I know. Okay. Okay.
ご名答。だんだん分かってきたようだね。優秀優秀。さすが私が見込んだだけはある。
見込んだって。ひいきはいけませんよ先生。
虐げられるより全然いいじゃないか。私は授業を受け持ってるわけじゃないし、保健室によく来る生徒と仲良くなるのは
相変わらずだな。でも潮汐力、つまり月の引力は人体に影響を及ぼすには微弱すぎるでしょう。
Weakest of the fundamental interactions?
最も微弱なものだし。
What are the fundamental interactions? Naturally occurring forces can be classified into 4 fundamental interactions: gravitation, electromagnetism, the strong interaction, and the weak interaction. Okay. Gravitation, Newton law of universal gravitation formally linked to the falling apple. Okay. How it generated by the exchange of the graviton between its object with the mass. Gravitational forces inversely proportional to the square distance between objects is the weakest of the 4 interactions. Works over the longest distance. Other distinction is that the other attacks are opposite force. Only gravitational attracts exists. Okay. Electromagnetism, yeah, this have like both repulsive force and the pulling force, yeah. Opposite poles attracts, repels, yeah, okay. Strong interaction, known as the nuclear force, okay. So this is what we mean by the strong interaction. 1000 times stronger than electromagnetism, 100 times, okay. And weak interaction, to be aspect of the electro-weak interaction outside electromagnetism, okay. Mediated by W and Z bosons. The fuck that mean? I have no idea what that means. That this faint force that come into play when the neutron's nucleus decays into proton, emitting the neutrino and the electron. Radioactivity and the nuclear reactions present in heavenly bodies. Okay. A little bit of like trivia. I don't think that the weak interaction was important there. But anyway.
しかし、最も遠くまで届く力でもある。
Yeah.
君はどうやらバイオタイド理論を知らないようだ。
バイオタイド、生物学的だったら新月と満月では同じ結果が出ないとおかしくないですか？
あとはやはり視覚が及ぼす心理学的な効果だろうな。月が満ちていくのを見ると精神的にも充実していくし、欠けていくときれいに落ちてくる。
だったら曇りや雨の日はどうするんですか？
さっきも言ったように人体は潮汐力によって直接影響を受けている。仮に天空に月が見えなくとも、
Makes sense.
それって
月の満ち欠けサイクルは人間の体にしっかり刻み込まれているから。
Sure.
でも今言ってるのは普通の満月や新月の話ですよね。
ああ、そうだ。だが月食が満月の時にしか起きないことは君だって知ってるだろ。
太陽を覆い隠した地球の影がちょうど月を覆ってしまう角度。確かに
We read about shadows before.
日食は新月以外
Earth's shadow?
だとすると、
丸く輝いているべき月が見る間に新月のように欠けていって最後は血に染まったように赤くなる。これは満月と新月が一緒に来た以上のインパクトだろう。
その情報は僕らを構成する細胞の一つ一つに伝播されていって、
ああ、新月期には生命力が減退する。まるで月に惹かれるように
Damn.
自殺に導く。
At that point, Yayoi Sansa reverses her gaze. She reaches her fingers into the pockets of her white coat and smoothly takes out the lined green package with the broken seal, seal clearly full of the cigarettes.
先生。
ああ、おかしいな。なんだこれは。
Right when you talked about that something like that happened to you before, to your family or something, or your friends. As she says this, she suddenly stops moving for the cigarettes. Was she feeling so withdrawn that she unconsciously searched for
気
nicotine?
持ちはわかりますが、ここではまずいです。
It happened 2 weeks ago, on the night of the new moon. A group that met on the net committed suicide. Oh, that was like actually... Oh, that was a recent event. Okay. One of the members was a student from the school. Yayoi Sansa thought I should have tried to save them. Huh. You are blaming yourself for this.
何の話だったっけ？
バイオタイド、先生はそうおっしゃってました。
ああ、逆に満月は生命力をかきたてる。
Your vitality increases on the full moon.
それが負のファクターとして働けば、ヒステリー気味で怒りっぽい人は自分を見失い、事故や暴力。
Okay.
じゃあ先生は気をつけないと。
ほっときたまえ。
I don't actually feel that way. The Yayoi sensei I know is always cool-headed. No one could have stopped net group suicide. It's not sensei's fault.
ああ、あと満月期の副作用として神経や筋肉が緊張することによって頭痛や肩こりが起きやすくなるんだ。
What if... Okay, not one new thought. Because Hinata tries to, like I said, like some kind of accident, and he blames himself for the death of his sister or something, you know. And he have like this like red moon PTSD basically. And I thought like maybe he's blaming himself for this, but what's interesting, Yayoi said that it can like make, how was it? Lose sight of themselves. People are more prone to causing incidents and violent crimes. Hysterical and angry people. I don't know if Hinata was hysterical or angry before, but maybe he was angry at someone at the time of the blood moon, basically, or the full moon. And maybe he actually, with premeditation, made some kind of accident. You know, like, as the form of like payback or something, you know? Like maybe his sister like pissed him off or something, he was angry, the moon happened, and like it enhanced basically his violent thoughts, and he caused the incident to happen. And maybe he actually started laughing, who knows? That's when he went crazy. This is some kind of connection. I swear he did something that made his sister and probably mother die. Maybe he doesn't have actually cybernetics in his head. But this moon is like extremely strongly affecting his personality. Maybe. Interesting. Yeah, right. Headaches. Your nerves must get these headaches and stiff. Yeah, okay. These headaches that have been tormenting me are the result of the tidal forces.
この華奢な肩が張って張って。
華奢って。それは月のせい。年のせいでしょ。
ほほ。
Wow.
いい度胸だ。青いひなた。
はい。
弥生の顔も3度までっていうことわざ。知らないのかな。
That sounds good.
うわ、本当に凶暴化した。じゃあ僕気分が優れないので、失礼します。
Wow. Okay.
おいひなた、目をかけられてる分、ちゃんと肩揉んでいきなさい。
Not gonna happen. I feel like I can hear Yayoi-sensei grumbling behind me, but I ignore her and continue running for my life. I feel like I've been doing the same thing for the whole day. Okay. The city is full of people chatting and having happy conversations among themselves. And we can have some conversations as well in the comments section and on Discord if you would like to join. The link is in the description basically. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Very interesting informations. We cooked a little bit of theories again, like multiple of them actually. Yeah, like this game is going to have a lot of me rambling around. Yeah. But maybe this means that we will do longer episodes of IO in general. I don't know how much I recorded. I think it's more than usual episode. I've cut a few times during the episode. Had to make pauses. But... maybe we'll do some longer episodes in this. I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what do you think so far. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. So click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and from Pocket Watch, let's going out.